Authority, Dr. Da Costa Abuaje. It is on this note that I invite the CEO to have a very short engagement with us. And I know we have a lot of questions. That is why we are here. The high table and himself, executive management, ready for this engagement. Without wasting much time, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome once again to the podium the CEO of the National Health Insurance Authority, Dr. Da Costa Abuaje.
Good afternoon. I want to welcome you all to this press briefing at the National Health Insurance Authority's headquarters. Let me say that this is a joint one for all the heads of facilities that we've selected to be part of this dialysis program and the renal units. We also have some celebrities here who are actually supporting this program in such a way that Ghanaians will understand exactly what the NHI and government perhaps is doing. So I'll start. I think the purpose of this meeting is to just give you details of what's going to happen on the 1st of December. And the fact that we are united to bring comfort to our patients, and the fact that we have thought through this carefully, and the fact that we have worked out the numbers, and we believe that the NHI can take on this dialysis without any problem, without the scheme being in any, the scheme having any problems. We projected this into the future, and we know the numbers. So I'll start. In the last 6 months, we've been doing a pilot of the dialysis program of the NHI. We started in June, when children below the ages of 18 and adults above the ages of 60 were given 8 sections of dialysis for free. In between 19 to 59 were given 2 sessions for free. We had an allocation from Parliament, which was 2 million Ghana cedis. We looked at our corporate social responsibility budget, and we added another 2.2 million. So the total amount that we used for the pilot was 4.2 million. And let me say that the initial submission, the initial list submitted by the Dialysis Association to us were around 700. But the numbers, the actual numbers when we did the pilot came to about 400. So what this means is that we use the 700 in our projection, but the 400 is what is the actual. So what this means that we still have some monies left. Now, what did we do? Why do we know that the NHIS is able to take on this dialysis program from 1st of December? So we use the prevalence rates of patients suffering with dialysis in the country. We got 2 research papers. One put it at 24 patients per million population. The other put it at 38.8, which is 39 per million population. So it's a simple calculation. So if 33.3, if 24 patients is to a million population, then what is 33 million population? So it's just multiplication, and you get about 804. So it's 33.5 by the 24 patients. So that's the minimum. Then we look at the maximum. The maximum was 39. So it's the 39 times the 33.5 million population. And you get about 1,299. So within the range of 1,200. So we now look at our actual, as in the 400. So the 400, Parliament has also approved 491 for the dialysis sessions as per session. 100 as our actual. We just multiplied that by the 491 and we multiplied it by the 8 sessions, which is 2 sessions per week. So per month you will get 8. So when you do the mathematics, you will get 1.5 million per month. Then we multiply that by 12, you will get about 18 million. We rounded that up to about 20 million. So what this means is that the minimum amount of money that we need to kickstart this dialysis program is 20 million. Then we looked at what about if we open it up and the number doubles. So we looked at 800. We doubled the number. So 800. We only multiplied it by the fee that has been approved, which is the 491 by the 8 sections. You get about 3.2 million. Then you multiply the 3.2 million by 12. You get about 39.6, which is rounded up to about 40 million. So that's the second scenario. Then we looked at the third scenario, which is, what about if you open it up and 3 times the number, obviously, visit facilities? So 1,200 by the 491 by the 8 gives you about 4.7 million per month. If you multiply that by 12, you get about 56.4 million. So what this means is that we rounded that up to about 57 million. So annually, the NHIS will spend between 20 to 57 million to cover the 1,002 patients based on the prevalence who are on dialysis. So, as I've given you, obviously, the mathematics of it, you know, the 800 actually corresponds with, the 800 prevalence corresponds with our second modeling, and the 1,002 also corresponds with our end stage modeling, which is the final modeling. So, the number of patients by our modeling on dialysis in the country will not be more than the 1,200, which is the maximum, and will not be lower than the 400, as we have indicated. What this means is that the NHIS is able to take on the cost. Now, where do we get the money to pay for these dialysis sessions? First, I've already told you that we do have about 2.2 million left over from our pilot. Our budget for 2025, as projected, is supposed to be about 8.1 billion. Normally, half of that budget goes into claims. So we will do some internal rearrangements. We will look within to see whether to reduce our administrative cost to fund it. It wouldn't be any problem, because at the end of the day, our current budget is about 6.8 billion. So to take 56 out and pay for it is something that we can do. So we also looked at the fact that the manifestos of both parties are on capping the NHIS. At the moment, we are capped at about 20%. So again, it's simple mathematics. 20 over 100 times our current budget, which is 6.8 billion. That gives you about 1.3 billion extra funds coming in. And I'm stressing that 1.3 billion extra funds coming in. And if you look at the maximum, which is 57 out of the 1.3 billion, it's actually insignificant. Now, our current budget, even if we are not uncapped, because taxes are overperforming, it's expected to be about 8-point-something billion. And we will cover this under our benefit package. So there shouldn't be any problem. The next leg is, what support can the NHIS and the Ministry of Health give to these facilities in such a way that they are able to provide these services? So in collaboration with World Bank, the ministry and the NHIS are procuring some dialysis equipment. Currently, we ordered 30 of these equipments. 7 has been delivered. 23 of these equipment are to be cleared from the port. It's currently at the port. 15 additional ones have also been approved by the PPA just last Thursday. So we've set that into motion, we put it into procurement. But the good news is each 15 of these machines comes with about 2,000 consumables. So it means that with the 45 machines, we have 6,000 set of consumables. 6,000 set of consumables. Now, with this, we have just had a meeting with the heads of facilities, and we are all in agreement that it is something that we can do, and we're going to implement it to the latter in such a way that our patients will benefit from this dialysis program that we are rolling out. With this, I can confidently say that the NHIS will be able to fund dialysis in this country over many years. It is sustainable on the NHIS, and we are committed to improving, obviously working with the facilities to also deliver the service. Now let me give you 2 additional things that we're going to do. So what is the root cause of all these kidney diseases? So the NHIS this year added preventive and promotive services to the benefit package. So currently, Ghanaians on the amount of birth are being given the opportunity to visit any health facility of their choice to check their diabetes, hypertension, that's blood pressure, BMI, and other BMI and weights. What this means is that we will be able to reduce the incidence of kidney diseases. We will early detect it. We will also be able to detect hypertension and diabetes early for us to treat them. The next leg is the organ donation policy. The ministry, in consultation with stakeholders, have come up with this policy. It is at the consultation stage. So that will also add on to what we are doing. So with all these approaches, it means that we do have a comprehensive plan to dealing with this dialysis situation in the country. The government is also saying that the Agenda 111 hospitals will be having renal units where modern equipment of dialysis will be put in there to support Ghanaians in such a way that people will not have to travel to Kolebu, Komfanochi, or Kumasi and Accra before they are able to have access to these dialysis sessions. So it will be available in the district. But as we are starting from the 1st of December, we now have listed some facilities across the country, and these facilities are represented here. That is why you see everyone, the heads of the renal units and the CEOs behind me, and some are also seated. So in unity, Ghana will be starting the dialysis program on 1st of December 2024 to bring comfort to our patients. Thank you.
All right, we can do it better for the CEO. Thank you so much. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, If this policy had come even a month ago, some families would not have lost a particular soul that was the breadwinner. I humbly want us to be on our feet as you observe a minute silence for all souls that we lost as a result of kidney challenges and simply because they could not finance the treatment. Shall we be on our feet? We observe a minute silence for all the souls we lost. May their gentle souls rest in perfect peace. Thank you. In the course of the speeches, we have the Director General of the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Patrick Kuma Abuaje, join us. Thank you so much, Doc. The Presidential Advisor on Health, Dr. Insia Sari, is also in our midst. Thank you so much, Doc, for coming. We have some ambassadors as well. I see Calibos in the house. The only boss with one is. I see General and Tatia in our midst as well. General, give us a wave. Thank you for supporting this noble cause. Ghana's Morning Show President, the voice of Morning Show, the Chief Operator of Morning Show in Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah Tikesi of OKFM in our midst. Welcome, sir. All right. At this point, we want to give the opportunity to colleagues from the various media houses to ask questions relating to the subject matter. Then it will be addressed. Possibly we'll take it in fives, then we'll address them, then we go for the next five. If we are ready, you can show by hands as we do that, or possibly we can line up quickly, then we do that. We're starting. First one, your name, media house, or angle you are coming from.
My name is Bernard Atuata. I'm coming from United Television, UTV. I am particularly interested in the sustainability of this noble thing that I started. So I want to be giving the needed assurance how it's going to be sustained, so that it will not be used as just a tool for political gain. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, my name is Daniel Odudako from GNA. Okay, so I am particularly interested in this solution-oriented approach, where we will have to do the prevention rather than waiting for people to get into the situation before we help them. What are you putting in place to make sure that we prevent people from getting that situation, that kidney issue? Thank you very much.
Any other? Yes, sir. Just for kindly comfort, it will interfere with the microphone.
My name is Ebenezer Kufian Ponsa with the Daily Guide. Quick one to Dr. Da Costa. If you look at the sustainability approach that you made mention of, the preventive and promotional efforts that you've already started, I'm looking at the kind of stakeholders you have here. How far have you engaged others? There are other stakeholders. I'm even looking at the schools. How widespread are you going to deal with other stakeholders to prevent people from getting the disease, or getting infected with their kidneys? Thank you.
We have another hand here.
Good afternoon. My name is Joseph Ojumo. I write for the different paper. So what I'm looking on ECOWAS. What are your collaboration with the ECOWAS, like Nigerians, and what are your favor of the treating kidneys for collaboration and partnership with ECOWAS regions?
how we are collaborating with ECOWAS in treating kidney. Okay. You, okay. Yeah. Then we'll try Foreign Affairs Minister. But, Doc, I'm sure maybe we'll take the first 5. If they are ready for this one. Yeah, we have 5. And the school's 3, okay. Any other, possibly maybe the last one for the first batch? Maybe we can start with this.
Okay, thank you. I think the sustainability, I think I made mention of the fact that if we do internal arrangements, I think we shouldn't have any problem. At the end of the day, we need about 57 million. And this 57 million can be found within our budget. There's no problem about sustainability. And we've even projected it to 10 years because the source of funding for the NHIA is actually NHIL. So as long as taxes are overperforming, and let me at this point say that from 2016 till now, the scheme has actually grown by 6-fold. So we've expanded by 6-fold. So what this means is that we add 2 billion to our budget almost every year. And that is why I told you that our 2024 budget was 6.8 billion. It's moving to about 6.8 point something billion. Normally half of that is for claims. As we speak now, we are in November. Claims payments, the budget for the claims is still being underutilized because claims are, we paid all claims. We paid all claims and it's amounting to about 2 point something billion. So we've not even reached 3 billion. So it means we even still have more funds from our claims budget. So what this means is that we've done the modeling and we will be able to sustain it without any problem. The additional 1.3 billion that will be coming in, if you take out 57 million yearly, it's still sustainable over many years. So I think the question of sustainability should not be a problem at all. And that's why we have all these experts helping. We've done the modeling, and that is what I've actually presented to you. It is sustainable over many years. We know the prevalence as well, so there shouldn't be any problem. Yes, the promotive preventive. I think I agree with you. That is the best approach in actually reducing our cost burden. So that is why we have introduced the promotive preventive as part of our benefit package. Now, for our 20-year history, it has been curative, curative, curative. Curative means that you have to be sick before you go to the hospital. Now we are saying that we want to prevent the diseases. So we are introducing the annual health check, where Ghanaians are being given the opportunity to visit any health facility of their choice on their month of birth to do simple sugar, blood pressure, then body mass index. And again, we have just launched our e-health, our telehealth. So at the comfort of your home, you can now see a doctor. And education on all these are going to be intensified across the country in such a way that Ghanaians will know how to use our telehealth and to use the new innovations that we have introduced on board. So on this, we believe that on a long term, our cost burden will even come down. ECOWAS. Okay, so this scheme is for our members. It's for our members. So that is what I will say. Thank you.
Thank you, Doc. I have 2 short questions for you. In view of what you want to do for dialysis and other things, would you suggest that the premium is inched up such that it can cover the cost of some of these? Because it's not about only kidney, but maybe prostate and other diseases. that also militating against many people in this country. Would you call for increase of the premium so that we can meet some of the obligations? And my second question, Doc, before you came in, we're hearing stories of indebtedness, mismanagement, all kinds of things. Would you say that you have lived up to expectation and named all these limitations at the back so that you are doing something that is so wonderful? Because we used to hear we all thought NHIS was an ICU, intensive care unit, because the story was not very good to hear.
Yes.
Good afternoon. My name is Sarah Apenko. I report for TV3. Dr. I would like to find out the number of patients estimated to benefit from this particular package. Are those who are seeking alternative options like the herbal medicines for care for their renal disease inclusive? And I also want to find out specifically how many of the facilities are going to enroll this, and have they received part payment of the money needed for the initial start, or there is a timeline for them to bring the money? Thank you.
Whether you can just walk to any facility at all for treatment.
Okay, thank you. So I think the first one is on the premium. You see, this government is doing something wonderful, and I'm going to explain to you. You see, using digital means, especially using the Ghana card, and also with the expansion that is happening, what this means is that more people are being roped in. And our biggest problem is the informal sector when it comes to the NHI, collection of the premiums and others. But once we are digitalizing and a lot more people are paying taxes and everything, our budget will continue to increase. So I'm even looking at a point where most of the claims are by direct payments, a direct and indirect payment, but by obviously not the premium type, but where we are able to collect it by our taxes as we are doing. So, and the premium is about less than 3% on our budget. So I think in that effect, I think we should just concentrate on how the digitalization will rope in more money for the country in such a way that the NHIS will also get what they want. Then inclusion of other diseases. Was that the question? Okay. So if you look at it carefully, this year or since 2017, we have actually added some complex diseases on our NHIS benefit package. And we've been able to afford it without any for childhood cancer, the 4 childhood cancers, sickle cell, recently in collaboration with Roche, Herceptin for breast cancer. So we are doing a lot. But again, Oliver will continue to ask for more. So people will continue to advocate that we add more. But we'll take it stepwise and look at it and see if obviously, we will be able to do the modeling and see which ones to add and which ones we have to obviously dialogue and add later. But at the moment, what we have is what we have modeled, and we believe that we will be able to fund this without any problem. I think I've answered everything, right? Which one? Sarah, what was your question? Okay, so thank you. I mean, NHIS do not cover alternative medicine. That's it's not part of our benefit package. In terms of the facilities, for now, when we did the assessment, we do have about 40 facilities. But what we're going to do is for our QA to work hand in hand with them. That is why those 40 facilities are here. So this is why we're dialoguing. So across the country, it will be open to these facilities. But more facilities can also be added when we have credentialed them. The fact is, NHI, we do have the way we do our things. Unless we assess you and we credentialed you, you cannot be part of us. So more facilities, I believe, will apply to be part of us, and we will assess those facilities accordingly. Pardon? No, we're adding it to our benefit package, so they know how to claim. Now it's the e-claim system, so once they file it monthly and we pay, so they shouldn't. But let me say that, you see, even the pilot that we did, like I told you, we still have money with the facilities. We did global budgets. We gave them a global budget to spend. So we still have monies with the facilities, and the facilities are here. They will bail me out. So again, that's why I agree with the man from Delhi Guide. The NHIS is now on it. It's very solid. It's very solid. And I think for our 20-year history, it is at its best. And it's all because government is giving us the money. Because at the end of the day, in 2016, we had a debt of about 1.2 billion. As we speak, we have paid all the debt to the extent that we are begging facilities to submit claims. Just when I came here, I looked on my portal. We only have about 100 million to pay. Normally, our payment is between 150 and 200. And I've told the facilities to bring the claim so that we have money, then we pay. So it is at its best. So the NHIS is back. And I think everyone here and Ghanaians should support us, because at the end of the day, it is your support that will make us succeed or not. So thank you.
I am Kojo Mensah Brompa. I work with Adum TV and Adum FM. My question is a direct one to Kolebu and Komfanoche teaching hospitals. During the piloting, everything was fine, I guess. Okay. It's a direct question to Kolebu and CAT, Komfanoche teaching hospital. The piloting, we are told that everything was good. So we are now moving full scale 1st December. Are you ready for the 1st December full scale rollout? That people will not come and be sitting there and they will say that the machines are not ready, those who are there are not yet out, so they have to go, and then the president for the union will be appealing to you people that, oh, please, ensure that everybody is treated, ensure that everybody is treated. Are you ready for 1st December full scale?
This one straight to Kolebu and Komfanoche.
All right, thank you very much for that question. Straight to the point. So you might have noticed that Kolebu recently inaugurated the Center for Urology and Nephrology. And that nephrology aspect has to deal with kidney care. And that is exactly where we do the dialysis. And then I think Chief in his address mentioned that 30 machines have been earmarked for that place. As we speak now, we have 7 of them installed, ready, and they're functioning. But that is not the only dialysis machine we have in Kolebu. We do have a cabin. I think if you ask the president of the Renal Association, we have the cabin which has about 10, 15 machines that are also operating. So yes, we do envisage that there is going to be maybe some influx, but I think we are prepared for it. Of course, in every policy there will be teething problems, but we don't think we're going to be overwhelmed looking at what we have in place. And the 23 machines that are at the port, if they are cleared and then we add that to the pool,
Then we will talk about elongating the lifespan of the machine, because then you're not going to use the same machine 24/7. You will allow some of them to rest so that people will have options. I mean, it's not the same machine, and by so doing, you'll be able to perform proper maintenance and be able to increase the longevity of the machine. So yes, the simple answer to that is that yes, we do envisage that there will be teething problems, of course, for every policy, but in terms of the capacity, in terms of the human resource and the rest, we certainly are ready for that. Thank you.
All right, Kolebu is ready. Konfanoche, are you ready?
Thank you very much. In Konfanoche, we were one of the facilities that piloted the free dialysis, and the piloting went well. And we have sat down with the renal unit. Once the announcement was made, we had to strategize because we knew that there was going to be an increase in the numbers, and we are ready to take on the increase. We cannot predict, but we can only model. We know that the 19 to 59 year age bracket, they are actually more than the 18 and below and 60 and above. What we are also doing in Konfanoche is that we are acquiring more machines. Recently we had a donation from the Ghana Airport Company. We are also getting new machines from our IGF, and we've also refurbished our dialysis center. We have another center in the family medicine unit, which can actually take 24 machines. And we are planning to equip this place. So we are ready. We are making sure that in terms of staff, we are also ensuring that the number of people that we need so that we can offer an efficient service are also on site. So if we are doing rearrangements of the duty rosters to ensure that we can take in the numbers that are coming. And we are doing it in such a way that it will be sustainable. So I'll conclude by saying that after the pilot, we have gained experience and we are ready for the rollout. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Doc. One of the ambassadors of the scheme on this particular project is here. Mr. Chris Atto is here. Mr. Chris Atto will give us a word on this project. Let's welcome Mr. Chris Atto.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Ghana. Good afternoon, His Excellency, and of course, the team up there, Doctor. Great work. Good afternoon, Ghana. Let me start by very quickly saying that I want to commend the good work that's happening here. And in case you may not be aware of what's happening, I'll give you a quick example. I have a big movie premiering on the 29th of November. And in order for you to attend anything like that, you need good health. Something we take for granted, you need good health. Ghana is moving forward in many ways, and we can't be left behind. There are several people who have suffered from kidney disease. People who have died. I'm encouraging you in a small way. I often said very quickly, you know, everybody says sometimes I'm having a bad day, I'm having a bad day. There's no such thing as a bad day, because if there is, try missing one. We are all here, we're all alive, and while we all have a responsibility. In my own small way, the Chris Atto Foundation is responsible for taking care of people and reminding the fellow Ghanaian that we're one. And so, good doctor, I would like to say it right now without taking too much of the time, that we're commending you, we're supporting you, and looking forward to the space and what we can also do to slowly change things and make things better in Ghana. Thank you.
Thank you. I was for Ghana's Morning Show President. Ghana Wafa Kwame Nkrumah Tikesia of OKFM.
Offer, can you train? For the sake of the cameras, I think I should also speak English. Mine is a commendation to the organizers and those teams that put these ideas together to make it a reality. And then I have the assurance that they will do proper maintenance culture to it so that we don't wake up in any of the mornings or evenings to hear that, oh, these machines that we bought are so dysfunctional that people are not even allowed to go and then have access to the facility. So we thank you all for this gesture of making the dialysis machines a reality for people to access to it. Thank you. The American United said, it's answer your presenters. Do one want the behind and our fatu air. Na and me call him 3 times a week. Miss Minibi. I miss me what you from for befa. It's up there, you know, a bit more that burden on us no will be so eased. It I've been for any nasi. Calibos and in Tatia, General.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon to the board, 24 Doc. We are highly elated to be here to witness today. And also witnessing today simply means there's hope for the future. I pray this will continue, and I also pray we don't politicize this. The politics remwa na chiako one side. We so bad na bet chiako one side. Finding a dialysis center is so difficult in certain countries. But we are having it for our mother Ghana country, Ghana again. We should really rally behind it and help this be a milestone that we all benefit from. Not that we will also go and be diagnosed of, you know, our kidney thing, but then those we know that these facilities can help, we all help to support it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, my brother has said it all. You said a lot of things. I don't like that. Yes, in fact, I love beautiful initiatives, and I think that this is one thing that will support our country. A lot of people are going through a lot in terms of payment. It's very expensive. So if government has seen the need to, you know, support this thing for it to be, you know, rolling, I think that is a beautiful thing. So I'm here to pledge my support to do what I can to, you know, let people know about it, and also to conscientize people about how well they can take care of themselves so that it will not, you know, they will not get to that level. So we are here to support and also to pledge that we'll go all out to make it well and successful. Thank you.
The first Christmas package for the year. What would you have used to pay for your treatment? Use that to have a good time with your family. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as we're about to wrap up, I call on the CEO to give the final remarks before we exit. Dr. Da Costa Abuaji.
So just to say thank you so much for coming, and we want you to support us. It is not the work of only the NHI, it's the work of the media as well. And like Calibos said, please let us not politicize this. We've been very professional on this dialysis issue. At the end of the day, dialysis do not know colors. It does not know NDC, MPP, CPP, or any of the political parties. So please help us in educating our population. Help us, because we cannot do this alone unless you, the media, helps us to achieve what we intend to do. So we thank you so much, and we thank you for coming. Thank you once again. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The man with a vision who is preaching preventive promotion. That is the best way to go. Ladies and gentlemen, I humbly want to call on Reverend Ezekiel from Hamgo Hospital to come and give us a closing prayer as we exit.
Shall we be upstanding, please?
Our Lord and God, we want to say a very big thank you to you for how far you have brought us and how far you have brought this country. This evening, a lot has been said. We pray for the strength, we pray for the resources, and I also pray that at the end of everything, when we are going back to our various destinations, may you take us through. We ask all of this in the name of God the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen.
Please, medical directors,